What's up, my friend? Jason Cardamone here. Guys, I know I've been quiet. It's for a very good reason. I'm going to share with you exactly why that's happened, exactly what's about to happen, how this is going to benefit you, and really where we're going. And I want you to ask yourself, what if there was something easier than you've been doing up to this point? What if there was even a reason why I've been so quiet? I mean, some of you guys watching this video, you may have known me for like 10 years I've been online, more than 10 years. I've earned, I know we're not supposed to talk at income and I can't promise you're gonna do anything. I am a very proud more than seven-figure income earner at this point. And sales-wise, we've done multiple 8 figures. I built teams of over 40, 50,000 people. And why all that's important to you is because back in the beginning of January 2015, so I want you to rewind right from when you're getting this video, approximately, 21 months ago or so, I went dark and I got really quiet, and it was just after the biggest financial success of my life. And what happened was, some of what created that, it didn't implode, but it kind of got put on pause. And so what happened was, I ended up working with a very small set of really, really high-end, extremely talented people. I'm talking about the kind of people that make $1 million in 3 hours time. Some of these people have now become my best friends. I'm talking about people that travel around the world speaking, have impacted the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, including have transformed my life inside and out. And that's what I'm here to help you do. But with all that said, I went quiet, and I want you to take you back to that. And the reason why I did that, guys, and how that all happened, it was because leading into that, part of what I had built an empire on was stuff that wasn't fully into being. And I had built it with rock solid people with really awesome assets on board, and great technology, people with heart, people with intelligent marketers that knew what they're doing. Everything was there. But we had a big linchpin in our system, and that linchpin, after promising for months and months and months, it fell through. And so I got real quiet, and I swore, like, you guys, anybody hanging around me back in January 2015, you saw me get very quiet. And there's a reason why this is super important to you. And I want you to pay attention all the way. As you pay attention to the very end of this video, you're going to see something of why, like on this page, I think I say something like my huge announcement, why I've been so quiet and how this is going to benefit you. Basically everything I'm sharing with you right now. So something very, very important to your life is about to happen here in the next couple days. And on Monday, here, I got to check the dates here. On the 26th of September, there is something very significant about to happen. Now, it's really cool because I don't do launches. I don't play with that stuff. I haven't touched launches for many years. I've been the guy over all these years sharing with people, join entities and companies that have been around for at least 2 years, and don't do anything, especially like pre-launches and crap, that none of that stuff is good. So what's happening here, I have now partnered with people, and I've been involved with what I'm doing right now since May of this year. Now, only a very small percentage of you, whether you're seeing this on my Facebook channel, whether you've come from YouTube, whether you're already on my list, whether you're from, I've had people join me from Twitter, even though I've never even focused on Twitter ever, which is super cool. And I've been able to really help people from all around the world, from all walks of life. And so wherever you're at, however you got here, is for a reason and a purpose. Just like it was a reason and a purpose I unplugged back in January 2015 after having all the success and helping tens of thousands of people personally within my team. I got quiet and I went basically what I call underground. And I was working with a very small group of people, and we were really building this ridiculous, giant, multi-8-figure empire. Now that's great to make tons of money with, some of the smartest people in the world, brothers, people I love. I fight for them to the death. But what wasn't cool is I wasn't serving my mission and my purpose. And that's why I'm doing this video right now. That's why I'm making this announcement. And that's why you need to pay very close attention. And that's why you need to enter your name and your information below so you can be on the insiders list, basically like this pre-launch list. And what the hell am I calling this thing again? I don't remember what I'm calling this list. It's something really, really super intelligent, and it's so intelligent I can't remember the name because I don't like the word launch. And I had something in the title list, like something around launch, and I just got rid of all that because this really is a launch, but it's not what that word means to you. It's kind of like if I say certain words like pay attention, and as I say certain words like this can change your life, those mean certain things, and you may have heard that so many times your brain just shuts off. Same thing like when you hear the word launch, it means certain things, and that's why I'm not going to use that word, because this is a lot different, and here's why. It's because the way this has come to be, this all actually was being set into place more than about 23 months ago or so. There was some very high-end people that make six figures every single month. They were having a secret meeting in a room that I didn't even know about at an event I was at, and I was about to be on stage, and I was about to be, for those of you that were around, maybe I'll splice a picture in here, King of Woo Car and all these things. While that weekend was happening, there's another secret meeting happening that same weekend. And everything that has now resulted in what's coming out here Monday, this was in place since November of 2015. I have chills everywhere because I didn't know any of that was happening back then. So I'm up on stage like in some ways it was the pinnacle. It was the pinnacle of my like public life kind of thing. I had all these people like out waiting in hours, people waiting in lines like 50, 100 people deep to take a picture. It was so crazy. I couldn't even hang with my family that weekend, who had flown all the way out to San Diego. And it was so cool. There's nothing negative about this. There's nothing positive or negative. It was an experience, and it was so cool, and it was also so weird, and it was also so exhilarating, and it was also so sad. And there's so many emotions I can throw to that. But while that's all happening, these two geniuses are in a back room in the same hotel we're in, and they are creating the vision and the foundation of stuff they had already been doing that got them to the 6 figures a month they were already making. Well, they had a bigger vision than that. And so fast forward here to today, where they put $250,000 and more than a year and a half into what I'm about to unveil to you on Monday. And so this isn't some like pre-launch. This isn't something that, in fact, when you enter your name and all your best information below, I'm actually going to give you a little preview. My friend Eric Carlson shot a preview. You're going to hear from him. Him and I were in fact, Eric was at that event back in November. So all these paths have been winding and twisting for years, and I'm like, there's so much synchronicity. It's amazing what's been set into place here. And I don't know if you can hear my voice starting to get choked up in the tears in my eyes, but I didn't know all this stuff was conspiring, and the universe was conspiring to deliver more life impact and more change than I've ever seen in my entire life. And so I will share with you more of the story. Now, at any point, if you're tired of hearing me talk and you already know, like, dude, okay, you got me, I know, I already tried. You guys that already know me, just enter your information below and go get inside. In fact, if you're already on my list, you guys are going to hear from me anyway. This list right here is a particular special, like, heads up insiders list. And also, it's also probably the only list I'm going to send you straight to the the insiders walkthrough kind of a demo where you're going to see inside of this amazing system. You're going to see, I'll have Eric explain some of it, and in fact, I might even do some of it if I get time this weekend. I have a big team right now already. So, by the way, so if you're seeing this, Team Inspire is back, guys. Team Inspire, right? Of course, the camera will not focus on it when I really want it. Come on, camera. There we go. Boom! Team Inspire. And, hell, Team Inspire doesn't even know this yet. I have literally thousands of these, and a very select group of people around the world are going to be wearing these things. But this is that's just like a sub-niche of a way, way bigger, way beautiful thing that's been happening for a long time. And I've been watching this. I've been fortunate to be in the position of watching things unfold, including the two gentlemen way back in November 2015 having this meeting about the vision of what they want to do, and now they're going to invest they may not have known back then it was going to be $250,000, what's turned into $250,000 in more than 18 months to get out here. It's been like 22 months since they were meeting. And so almost 2 years in development, guys. And what I was fortunate enough was to be in a position to watch those gentlemen and what they did with this with a very small team of people. And I watched them do over $2 million in sales with the company that kind of like the linchpin that way back then that kind of pulled things apart in a lot of the stuff I was doing back then. But yet these guys made it work. And I was in a position where I literally watched the volume come in. I watched them grow this team, and I'm sitting there like, I don't know what they're doing, but this is freaking fantastic and it's amazing. And I have no idea. I've been doing this 10 years now. I didn't know what they were doing. I know now. And I've studied, and it took forever and a bunch of little synchronous events. And I could literally sit here for hours and hours and share with you. There are dozens and dozens of events that had to happen for you and I to be chatting together right now. And so what's about to happen is the culmination of their vision, and so many things had to happen to get us together right here, right now. So this is particularly, if you're not already connected with me, you don't know what I'm talking about with this launch and everything else, you have to get on this list and you need to be a big part of this. At least, if anything, go to check it out. If anything, just to get on the inside and go like check it out with your own eyes so you can match up with everything I'm sharing with you here and then match up with what you see happen on Monday. And so I think on this page or on the next page, on the next page you go to, actually I'll do it on this page as well. There, you're going to see a countdown timer that's counting down towards Monday evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You're going to see something very special. You're going to see myself appear on a webinar with Eric Carlson and with several other of my friends. And some of these guys, I mean, I've known of a lot of these guys for at least 2, 3, 5 years. And now they are my family. Now I've locked arms with them. And I am so grateful, so blessed to be here with them. And there's so many people. I should have never started announcing names because there's like at least a dozen or two people I need to acknowledge for all that's happening. But here's what matters to you. Who cares about all these people? It doesn't even matter. Like whatever our relationship is, however you got to this video, it's for a reason and a purpose. Just like those guys sat down in a room 22 months ago. And now $250,000 later, it's resulted in what you're going to see on Monday. Well, a lot of things had to happen. Well, I was underground working with a very small hand of people, and we like literally did some of the like craziest marketing things I've ever seen in my life. But it wasn't my mission, because the purpose of my life is to love, to enjoy the journey, and to inspire, teach, and serve others. And that's what you are. And that's what I'm here to do. And I wasn't doing that working with a very small set of guys selling cosmetics to like selling tens of thousands of dollars of cosmetics at the drop of a button to women all around the world. That's not my purpose. That's cool. We help those women. It's super awesome. They're strangers to me. And they always will be. Their name on a list somewhere, and they're like money in a bank somewhere. And that doesn't mean anything to me. It did mean a lot to work with those guys, but my purpose is so much greater than that. And the 40, 50,000 people I've built teams of over all these years, my purpose is so much greater than that. And that's what I'm here to do. And that's why I'm wearing the Team Inspire band again. And that's why I came back. And that's why I've been so quiet since May. A handful of you actually saw what happened like mid to late May, and you paid attention. And maybe your emails didn't go to spam, or you happened to see a random video. I didn't broadcast this stuff all around the world. I was super quiet. And a very small, dude, I locked arms with like, guys, I've personally brought in only around 20 people into this thing. And now the team, we have this very fast growing team. In fact, just since like late June, what we've been able to do, I helped 4 people in a single second have their first 4-figure day of their lives when they'd never had any success up to that point. No marketing background, nothing. All they did was a tiny little bit of work. They plugged into the system we have here that's helped. We have everything from neurosurgeons. I have a doctor on our team from Sweden, Dr. Annika, great to see. I know you're watching this. We have people literally all around the world that have not just joined me and with us and Team Inspire, that have locked arms with our entire community that I'm about to introduce you to. And hang on one second. I got so excited when I was talking to you guys, I literally just bit my lip while talking. How do you do that? I have no idea, but apparently I'm damn excited about all this. So guys, I want you to really pay attention and take this very seriously, because You're one of a couple people. You're already inside, you're already watching the next video, you're already getting the heads up. Maybe you're watching this video after the fact and now you're excited. Go into your information below, plug in, everything's already set up, you're ready to go. Maybe you're someone who's still sitting here watching and that's what I want to address right now. And let me address the other people that already left the video. They're going to see other things because I'm not going to stay quiet any longer. See, what's happened was I sent out a couple emails way back in June, got a couple people. I only put 20 people in this thing. Guys, I've enrolled over 2,000 people over the past 10 years. You can run the numbers on your own. I can show you all the proof you want. In one company alone, I put in 800 people. Just so happened that team turned into more than 23,000 just in my first 5 levels. And that team alone is, we tracked 30 deep. 30 levels deep, guys. It wouldn't even let us see below that. I literally called this person on the 5th level, called their 5th level, called theirs. We kept going down 5 levels deep. We tracked it down 30 levels years ago, like 5-6 years ago. And I'm sharing all this. It's not to brag. It's not to boast about any of that stuff. It's to let you know you're working with someone who knows what the hell I'm doing. And my secret has been to go find things that work and then massively duplicate it. Obviously, a team that goes down 30 levels deep, and that was last time I counted. That team's easily 50 to 100 levels deep at this point. I don't even know anymore. I haven't built that team since 2010, and I get checks literally every single month from that team, thousands of dollars every month for like forever now. And I started doing that back in December of 2008. So imagine what I've learned since then about team building, about helping other people. Imagine what I've been able to do with I'm a certified life coach and business coach. Imagine what that certification has turned into over the years, especially with all the other $250,000 I've poured into myself. These guys put $250,000 into the system. I put $250,000 into me. Traveling around the world. I could show you my bookshelf. I could show you a million things. I am qualified to work with you. I don't care who you are. I have people on my team that are worth multiple 8 figures and have done 9 figures in business over their lifetime. Right now in this tiny little team we built. And I'm super, super grateful for that. And I just bit my lip again in the exact same spot, which means it's all going to swell up and I'm going to pretty sure be talking to you guys like this. It'll be like I already took my black belt test and got the hell beat out of me. And I did it all myself because I'm all excited about this. So, guys, all that is to share with you. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're another doctor to join our team. I don't care if guys, we have a neurosurgeon already on our team that's already made more money. He's replaced he loves what he does to death. He loves it. But he's already replaced that income with the system we have in place. And he's done that since early here in 2016. So here's what I was doing. And I'll share you my perception and all these things I was seeing. And because it's really important to you to understand why I didn't just jump into this thing. Because I was tired of watching people, of all that team of the teams of 50,000 guys. So the one team we know is gigantic. It's way over 23,000. And all the other teams I built over the years. We know there's a percentage of people that have success. And I got so tired of watching 1%, 2%, maybe 5% of people get into profit and very far less than that getting to a full-time income. And so the reason I'm here is because we have flipped those percentages on their head, and it really has a lot to do with the 90% done for you system that we have right now. And because we have that system, see, I used to teach people to build their own lead pages. I used to teach people to go hey, here's how you create amazing videos. Do you guys realize how many dozens and dozens of techniques I'm doing this? And some of you are wondering how I can just keep talking, and seemingly never take a breath. But what's really happening, what you need to pay attention to, not all the dozens of psychological techniques I'm doing to get you to pay attention and stay on a video for 20 minutes now? How do I know? I have no idea. I just have this gut feeling. It's probably been about 20 minutes. Now, how can you pay attention that long when you can't even be at work and pay attention for an email more than 10 seconds? You get distracted by Facebook. Then you get distracted by a phone call. Then you get distracted by your boss, but yet you've been here for 20 plus or minus minutes. Because there's skill in that. I used to try to teach that to people, and that skill, guys, it's taken me $250,000 in 10 years to build that skill. And in fact, the greater part of that has been over the last 2 years. And so here's what's about to happen right now, and here's why you need to really pay attention. Because everything I've done has led me to right here. And while I watch these guys go do $2 million with the foundation, the skeleton, you know when you're building a home, it's called the frame of the home, when you have like behind this wall right here, there are panels about every 1.5 feet or 2 feet or so, right? 2x4s. And that's called the frame of this house. Well, what's outside of the frame? It's drywall. What's outside of the drywall is paint. What's around? There's finish. There's finish here. There's a roof here. There's a roof on the thing. There's freaking windows. There's all this insulation on the outside walls and bricks. And I don't know a damn thing about building homes. My uncle is a multi-million-dollar custom home builder, so I know like this much more than I know this much less than everybody else in the world. But what I do know is that this system was the framework back then. And what those guys did with $2 million in the wrong choice of a company, and they had plans back then to be with the campaign that we're running with right now. The campaign that's done way the hell over $2 million in the last few months. The campaign that is crushing through, that has helped people have their first 6-figure months and their first $10,000 month. We already have a guy just in our team alone that's never made any money, and he already had $11,000 a month, and we've been quiet, and we're barely getting started. And you guys are barely just hearing about this right now. How is that? It's because I've been gun shy, I've been quiet, and I've been way more strategic. And I once had a friend a couple years ago say, Jason, you're so hypey. And what he really meant was, I'm just more excited than he is. Because I don't ever hype anything. Guys, the reason why I've created such a big following over the years is because I tell it how it is. And I do the research and I bring that to you. Do I get excited? You're damn right I do. If you call that hype, that's fine. You can call it whatever you want. It's called excitement, and it's called being fully engaged, and it's called being love what you're doing and love watching people's lives change and being inspired and being more than they were the day before and growing and growing and growing and pulling out even more of their unique God-given gifts inside, because as they become a better person, they get to impact the world around them, and then the whole world becomes a better place when you step in and start doing even more of that. And it starts with taking action right now and doing the work. But here's what's amazing. You only do 10% of the work I've been teaching for a decade. Let me say that again in a different way so you can really understand. Because what if we had a system that was 90% done for you and all you have to do is the 10%? I want you to imagine, think of all the things, and if you're brand new to like marketing online, you don't know anything. And be grateful, trust me, because part of what we have to do is teach people to unlearn all the shit they've been doing their whole life. Because a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, wait, I tried doing this before and it didn't work, so they already have the wrong mindset. But if you read any set of books, anything, in fact, I'm teaching an entire financial module in our system, and here is just a small set of the books that the financial module is being taught from. Yes, I've read every word in all of these books, and this is only part of what it's being taught on. I have another couple books as well. That's one tiny little module of one little thing within our system. And so I'm sharing that with you because what if you were to take all the stuff you've been taught, especially if you've been around online for a while. It's everything from you need to have a list. Well, how the hell do you set up a list? Then you got to figure out how to do follow-ups. Then you have to figure out how to do broadcasts. Then you have to do how to figure out how to do who opened the emails, who didn't, and do very selective, very intelligent email marketing. Most people don't even know that. That's one little tiny thing you had to learn. Then before that, you got to figure out, well, how do you get people onto the list? Oh my God. Well, guess what? Below, that's a list. Guess what? This is a video. Guess what? All the skills and all the words on this page and everything that has you wanting to go click the button, like so many people have already done up to this point in the video, and enter your best name, your very best email, and you click that button below. Guess what? There is a ridiculous amount of skill, and that's called a call to action. So I'm going to call you as if a calling from above and say you are meant for something greater, and what you're meant for greater is from the free. It's hidden. It's below the button. It's not hidden at all. It's inside. It's hidden currently from your view, just like your full potential is currently hidden from your view, from where your viewpoint right now. But guess what? I've worked with thousands and thousands of people. And I have a different viewpoint than you. And what I know is that you're meant for so much more than you are right now. What I know is that you were destined for so much more than anybody around you even believes in. But I believe in you. And I appreciate you and what you've done. And no matter how hard it's been up to this point, I have gratitude for that. And why do I say that? Not to be like, if you're saying like, dude, my life has sucked, why are you grateful for that? That's not what it's about. I'm saying I'm grateful because you will so much more appreciate the 90% that's done. You've struggled for years and years, like Melissa on my team, like people that I love. Oh man, I start naming names and the tears flow. Because I have so many people I love to death that for years have fought, and they've tried to do all the stuff I've taught. But yet while they're running a family and working a full-time job, and they weren't able to do, and they didn't get the lucky breaks, and they didn't get inside the masterminds I was in, and they haven't paid the hundreds of $1,000s to get in the rooms and read all the books and go through the courses and do all the work and do this for 10 years, even though some of them had been here for 10 years or longer trying things. But what the problem was, they were trying to do 100% of it all, and I was trying to teach 100% of it all. And the problem is that takes a long time to build that giant skill set. And so the reason I got so choked up back there and so engaged is because I deeply love people and I want nothing but success. And there are people that have followed me for a lot of years that I've watched struggle, but they have never given up. Even if they had to take a break for a while, they've always come back because they know it. It's inside. There's something greater for them and they know it. And they're never going to... Why do they keep coming back? Because I always tell them the fucking truth. Why do they keep coming back? Because I've always shared everything. Like, God, I'll never forget. Back in 2009, we had launched, we were in this company that I'd built up until late 2008 when I switched to that giant team we built. Well, I had my first success, what turned into a team of 4,400 people. That was my very first company. I got almost to the very top. I was in the top 13 leaders in the entire company back then. 2008 is the year I went full-time. Took me about 2 years to get there. I did try to go full-time before that for a few months and failed back in 2006 or 7 or something. And so the point is, guys, I'll never forget in 2009, I'm going to this team of over 4,000 people, and I had to make a video. And it was one of the first videos I did on the very camera you're watching. As this information, you're hearing these words and they're going in your ears and it's causing things and chemicals and things to happen and fire off in your brain, and you're getting all kinds of emotions, maybe from crying with me to saying I'm a pussy, maybe to being inspired for these different words. And as you're starting to realize and feeling deep inside, you know whatever brought you here right now, that's never going away. And I don't know when this video is going to end. I do know you need to enter your name and email below and click the button. But I am going to connect all these dots for you and share exactly what's about to happen, what is happening right now, what's been set into place. Because when I looked in that camera and I had to tell those people, I remember a gentleman, my friend down in New Zealand, and he had built an income of like $1,200 or $1,500 per month, maybe $2,000 or so. And he was really close to going full-time in the industry, and he was going to be there within a month or two. And the company was basically going under and switching gears. And I will never forget, it was the hardest thing I had done up to that point in my business life. And I had to look right in their eyes and explain to my team what's happening. You know what I could have done? I could have not did a video. I could have not told any of them jack shit. And I could have let them keep throwing people into a business that I knew was going to be gone in the next 6 weeks. I wasn't even supposed to talk to them either. This is all super hush-hush stuff. I wasn't supposed to say anything. But that's not how I'm wired. I had to go to my team and I had to be transparent. I had to share with them. And so I did that. Was it easy? No. Was it worth it? You're damn right it was. Because some of those people respected me so much. In fact, 80% of them, 80% of those 4,000 people followed me right into the next company. And I think back then, maybe 100 or 200 plus or minus were like personals out of 4,000. In my brain, some number about every one person turned into 13 or 15 or so. So whatever 4,400 divided by 15, it's actually that's almost 300. So somewhere 200 to 300 people were mine, and the rest were all from the team. Now, I'm sharing it with you because what would it take to have 80% of a team of 4,400 people come over into when there's a major problem obviously happening, we have to switch everything. That comes from heart and truth and belief. That's why they did that. Way back in 2009, I didn't know what the hell I'm doing besides turning on a camera and like, it was the first time I ever cried into a camera. I remember that. Sure as hell wasn't the last. I'm still crying here in 2016 more than ever. And that's I'm more engaged than ever and I care more than ever. And I have identified my purpose and my mission. And it's all about you. And so how this all comes together, guys, fast forward, I could tell you thousands of stories over all these years. And so these guys pour in, they do $2 million in this company. They already had this brainchild all mapped out, but the process they were using to create that $2 million in the wrong company, that's the process we have now, the process. Now we've built even better technology, even more heart, even more vision, because guess what? They haven't just stayed stagnant, they've kept growing. And I've grown with them. And sometimes we grew in different directions, and lately we've been growing together and been to all these masterminds literally all around the world together. And these guys, I trust them with my life. I am so deeply grateful to be here with this community. And I'm so deeply grateful for everybody who's joined me and locked arms. And they are like, guys, we have so many people leaving their jobs. It's, from what I've seen, it's about one person a week for many, many months now. Even before I said a word to anybody, I didn't even know, I refused to get involved with this at all because I was doing the underground thing. I was tired of bringing people into stuff that wasn't working. But I was in this group for about a year and a half. Since around actually when I walked away from the industry. About 3 or 4 months later, I was in this community from about like March, April, May, somewhere in 2015. So I was kind of paying attention. It was like way back burner, and I'm kind of a focused guy. I go do something, and I don't know what's happening in the world. It'd be like World War III, and I wouldn't know because I'm focused on Team Inspire. I'm focused on our team here with Jazz. I'm focused on all the leaders. I'm focused on changing even more lives than I ever have. And obviously we've changed a lot, right? That's nothing. That's a foundation. Just like the people who have followed me this far and they've followed their leaders, and we have this tiny team of people ready to go explode. Yes, I'm calling Team Inspire of like barely over 100 whatever people. And yes, I'm calling Jazz barely over 5,000 people. They've been growing this for months, and we just got plugged in here. But here's what's amazing is that all that is just the foundation. And we're barely getting started. And what you're going to see over the coming months, you're going to look, I'm telling you right now, I told people this freaking back in May, like late May, early June, when I quietly sent out a few emails and shared this with some people. What happened was some people chose not to engage. And now they're looking at what happened, and now they are engaged. And they're like, damn, dude, I wish you would have been more persistent back then. And I told them, like, guys, I'm not going to chase you down. And I'm telling you that right now. I'm not chasing you either. But when you keep seeing videos of me and you keep seeing Team Inspire and Jazz pop up all over the internet, and you start seeing videos all over your Facebook feed blow up every single day, and they all keep leading the same thing, guess what? You're going to wish you would have entered your name and email and clicked the button and got plugged in right now. And guess what? You're going to be just like my friend back in June who said, you know what? I'm focused on my thing. I'm not going to totally. And I even took, he explained everything. I'm like, dude, actually, yeah, I love where you're focused. Go focus. Because focus, how do you burn a piece of paper? Do you move the magnifying glass all around? Did you stay focused? And I told him to focus because his passion was somewhere else. And now he came in the past month and he's like, damn, dude, I wish you would have you're right, I should have joined back when I had a chance. But guess what? He's super grateful he joined right now. And it's not just him, I'm just thinking of his particular story right now. And so there's a reason why people that are far, guys, I've been very blessed in this industry and very successful over the years. There's a reason why people far more intelligent than me and far more successful than me are plugged into this right now. There's a reason for that. It's because it's literally the highest converting campaign. It literally is the best thing out there, flat out. Whether you're a leader in the industry, whether you're brand new beginner, don't know anything, 90% done for you. all you do is the 10% piece. You don't have to worry about emailing a list. You don't have to worry about all the things I've taught for years. You don't even have to worry about making calls to action. Maybe a little bit, and a little bit of advertising you do here and there. You don't need to worry about all the sales psychology. You don't need to know where to host a funnel, how to host a funnel, and why you do certain things in a funnel, and why you'd put a bridge page, or what the hell is a bridge page, and what's a sandwich page, and what do those have to do with lead pages versus capture pages versus opt-in pages versus sales pages versus VSLs versus VPKs versus conversion rates versus CTAs. Who cares? That's the reason why people failed so much up to this point. I was teaching all that stuff for so many years, guys, and that's why I walked away, and that's why such a high percentage of people were struggling with the old paradigm. With this new paradigm, it's why I've been secretly watching since late 2015, the whole second half. And it's why I watched all early 2016. All of these people have all this success. And then the most amazing thing happened, middle of May of this year of 2015. I go to one of my best friend's mastermind event. Several of us being like 15 of us, pay him $10,000 for a very, very elite level mastermind. It's the most elite mastermind I had been to. I was going to say up to that point and since so far. And so we all paid 10 grand. We go to this little event in the middle. Little being 15 people, very big as far as the people in the room, which I'm not even sharing. Mega, mega successful people. One of them just happening one of the visionaries behind what we're in now. And as I got to this gentleman, I had seen him from the outside, and I always thought, I knew he was a great marketer. I knew he was a leader in this industry, but I thought I didn't know where his heart was at, and I sure as hell didn't know where his vision was at. And I'm really emotional around this, guys, because my hallucination and my judgment of him up to that point, it stopped me from further. It didn't really stop me because, like I said, I'm a heads down guy, so I wasn't really pursuing anything. But I'm so grateful because everything happens for a reason and a purpose. And what I'm really grateful for is on 3 occasions during that mastermind, during a dinner, after dinner one night, late night in a lobby, and in fact during 2 of the dinners, and then one late night. So 4 times that weekend. I got to see inside this gentleman's heart, and I saw he's funny as hell. I saw he's a really nice guy, and what really happened it was like the last 2 nights of the event. One of them, I got to see that this is really the catalyst, guys. I walk in, we had just got done eating or so, I don't know what we were all doing, but I know it was after dinner, it was later at night. And I think we're all kind of getting ready to go back to our rooms and stuff. And we walk into this lobby of this hotel, and it's this gentleman, and there's like 2 other people around, maybe 3. And him and I were engaged, and I just started asking some more questions. And when I saw, first of all, he dropped a bunch of major knowledge and a bunch of major value. Like major. In fact, I'm going to share this with you guys. So, he's super close friends, and he's actually flown in Dr. Gene DiMartini. You guys probably know this gentleman from the movie The Secret. So the gentleman I'm talking about flew in Dr. DiMartini into his private event. And so a lot of you guys know who I'm talking about. And he shared some knowledge about way, way, way deep, because I hadn't read this book at that point, back in May. And so this gentleman dropped some major, major nuggets formed around what values are. And guys, I've gone to you guys have seen Tony Robbins' thing on TV. That was from 2014. I did that back in 2010 with Tony Robbins. Yes, I've walked over coals. Yes, I've done pretty much every event you can think of. And yes, I can recommend you the very elite and the very best events in the world. And yes, I'm super grateful to be pretty much one person away from some of the biggest people on planet Earth. And And I won't ever take that for granted. No, I'm not gonna like just let you in. Hey, go attack him and he'll get you right into Oprah, right into Frank Hurd, right into Tony Robbins. You might earn your way, and it's gonna take you a long time of trust and mentorship and everything else and friendship. And if you earn your way, maybe those doors would be open to you one day. But I'm super grateful. All that just happened with me in the past years with a lot of amazing people that have walked into my life. And so I'm sharing all this with you because I'm in the lobby and this gentleman's dropping some major nuggets. And in fact, for those of you watching that you're already inside, you already know a lot I'm talking about. It was all about pit and pedestals. And the way he framed that I'd never heard in my life. And I was like, dude, smart mofo right here. And I already knew he was super intelligent. When I saw this, I was like, dude, he also knows his personal development. So I started taking he instantly was in my heart, like right in that second. Then he put in like if I was a vampire, he put in the wooden stake dead. I was done. I knew instantly my whole life was changing with what happened next. You want to know what happened next, didn't you? You got to enter your name and email. Just joking, guys. I'll share it right now. You still have to enter your name and email, click the button, but here's literally the wood, like the nail in the coffin kind of a thing. So he drops all the, like, I realize his passion for personal development, right? And by the way, guys, I'm super dehydrated because I need to eat dinner, and I think I'm already late for my go live on Facebook here like right now, so I got so much work to do. But I don't care. This is way more important than a little bit of food, a little bit of water, anything else. Because this is way bigger. This vision and what we're doing and where we're going and changing your life is way the hell more important than me even eating dinner this entire night. It's way more important than no matter how dehydrated I get or how I know how to use my diaphragm even better. And I can go all night, and I've only had like 2.5 liters of water today so far. And it's getting hot as hell with my freaking lights in this room. And I don't care. I would be here all night. And we're not going to do that because I'm wrapping this up. Because now you're starting to realize how grateful you are for paying attention and staying here throughout this whole video. Because here's what happened in that lobby. This genius shares that he is also a major fan of personal development. And not just a fan, because that's totally the wrong word. He is a major expert around personal development and humans and why we do what we do. And that's what I've been like following and chasing for many, many, many years. That's where I've spent more time than anything. What makes all of us do the crazy things we do? So we established that, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get to know this guy way better. We're gonna like definitely have some masterminds. I knew we were gonna be friends at that point. I knew we were gonna continue to grow a relationship. But then he messed me up, like the killer blow, dude, knockout punch, I'm done. I locked arms for life, we're done. What happened was he shared his vision. And the vision that he cast was exactly as if my words were coming out of his mouth. More than anybody I'd ever heard in my life. And it's such an emotional moment because this was like, it was like I was in the freaking Matrix or the Twilight Zone. I was like, what the hell? Am I speaking? Am I thinking? Did he like watch all my videos? And did he get inside my brain? And is he using telepathy to speak the words? But it sounds a little different because it's in his voice and not my own voice. But as he's alliterating these words and speaking them very succinctly and very clearly, something happens at a very deep level. And what happens was he cast a vision that's exactly my vision. And I'd never heard anybody talk about vision like that ever. Like my exact vision came out of his mouth and I was like, holy shit. And I don't remember what else we said after that because it was like a big blur. But what I can tell you is in that lobby, in that La Estancia Hotel in La Jolla, which actually, if you've been around internet marketing a long time, that hotel has changed. It has changed the entire industry of internet marketing because of the kind of marketers that have held the kind of events like I was at that very hotel. I wonder how many other major launches and lives and systems and everything have been changed in that very same lobby. I don't know. I can tell you guys what changed with Team Inspired, what you're about to see when you go inside. And now I've given you all the foundation. I've shared with you everything. So here's what you know why I shared this video with you. You know exactly how this all happened, and now you even know what to do, and that's fill in your information and click the button below. And then you're gonna get a video and everything else. And by the way, you may not see the video or get the email right away because I'll be building that. You probably will though. You're going to get it within a couple hours or so after you get this. And so, what if you didn't fill out your information and click the button below? What if your life is sucked up to this point, but now you're starting to realize like you can have a 90% done for you system, and that's why I've been watching all these people succeed for like more than a year now. That's why when I finally got what the vision is behind the system from one of its founders, and we locked arms, and then I jumped in and I'm like, holy, I guess I'm back. I made a video back in January 2015 that I'm done in the industry forever. Well, I guess when I was sharing with you guys earlier about being transparent, that wasn't really true. Because it was true at the time, because that's what I was doing. And that's what I was that's what I was going to do. What I realized though, just like this gentleman's passion, his vision, I can't get away from my vision either. My vision has nothing to do with an underground making millions and millions of dollars. And that's not what, guys, I have enough money. I don't care about the money. I care about the money for you and what it does for your life. And then you pulling out even more of your God-given gifts and then what you do in the world. And if your heart's in the right place, I'm even going to mentor you even closer. And we're going to lock arms even tighter. And we're going to make some major change happen in your life. That is my purpose. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this video. That's why I'm doing it dehydrated. It's why my dinner's super cold by now. And I'm so grateful for my wife for making an amazing dinner that's now been sitting there this entire video. And I bet you we're like 45 plus minutes into this now, maybe 55. And it was all for a reason and a purpose. So if you're still here, now I want you to ask you a different kind of what if. What if you don't click the button? And what if we fast forward from now, come on a journey with me. I want you to fast forward. I want you to go to December of 2016. And I want you to think back here to September. And I want you to think back to when you watched this video with this crazy guy with the matching shirt and armband that cries and is all passionate and all the, by the way, here's how much I love green and blue. Even my karate bow, which I've actually never done this on video ever. I haven't done that for months actually. That was pretty sweet. Yes, I have green and blue all over my life. And you're going to remember the green and blue stuff even as my bow crashes on the ground, just like I would smash it over someone's head if they're messing with anybody that I love. Like you, when you join the team, I'm going to pour that love right into you. And I got your back, and exactly those same tears when I mentioned Melissa and other people like Jeremy and people that have been with you for years and years and years, and they've struggled, and maybe they've made money here and there. And thousands, in fact, tens of thousands of dollars. But you can't live on tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, at even $10,000 a month, that may be your dream right now. As you get there, you're going to realize your vision is so much bigger and what you're capable of, and that is a small amount of what you can do. What can you do in the world? Let's say you make $10,000 a month. Let's say your bills are $5,000. That's awesome. $5,000 a month you can give to your church. You can invest in your community. You can invest in your personal development. You can retire people in your family. $5,000 doesn't retire very many people, does it? But it's a damn good start. So I don't care if you struggled for years, and I don't care what got you here, and I don't care how much pain you've been through, because when I was filing bankruptcy in 2005, I didn't know I would ever make millions of dollars online and be where I'm at now. I had no idea, but I'll tell you, I had a freaking vision back then, and I was going to fight. And my son was just born, he was months old, and I'm filing bankruptcy, and my wife's like basically ready to leave because I have no security and not providing any security. We're losing the home. The first home I had bought on my own, I lost it. I lost everything in the bankruptcy besides my Toyota truck I kept. And I kept it out of the bankruptcy because I needed a freaking vehicle to drive. So my son is like less than 6 months old. My wife feels like I can't provide the life for her. We're a young couple, and I'm providing no security. I would have felt exactly like her. But guess what? She's upstairs right now. Guess what? We're in a 5,000 square foot home. Guess what? We lived the life of our dreams, and I've lived it for years now, and I'm so grateful for where we've come. And that is not who I was. Just like what I did 11 years ago isn't who I am today, but I'm damn grateful that happened. And I'm so grateful for all the hard times. I'm so grateful for the video I had to speak to the team in 2009 and share with them that our company was dead. I'm so grateful that I walked away from this industry in January in 2015 because it helped me discover even more my purpose and how much I really love serving people and coaching and helping and doing the calls and doing the inspiration and doing the training and helping you change your life even more than it's already changed. And I want you to give yourself credit, even more credit than you've ever given yourself, because look where you've come so far. Look at what you've got through. Those are all victories for you that got you to where you're at. And they made you, maybe you're more resilient. Maybe you're more stubborn and you got to stay stubborn. Maybe you can focus more now. Maybe now you have so much pain, you got to make it work. That's why you're here, and that's why you need to be grateful for all those things back there. And when I keep looking back, that's your past. You go enter your information below. This is your future. The vision I've just painted, and I haven't painted anything. I've painted a small fraction of what we're really doing and what we've already done. Because unlike a few years ago, when I helped a bunch of people make a lot of money, in fact, some of those guys right now, they're making like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a week from a team I started back in 2014. That's even what I walked away from, guys. That's the kind of stuff I walked away from. Because I was so tired of like one guy or a couple people making that money and all these other people coming in fueling their lifestyle. I was tired of seeing that. And I was tired of watching people that they just throw a bunch of people in something and leave them hanging out to dry. And yes, I've created systems and I've done things where I can like save people that are stranded like that. And that's part of what you'll experience if that ever happened to you. But I've built a culture and a vision that's totally different. So those people aren't around here anymore. So what's super cool is that as you're now entering your name and email, this is your line in the sand moment. This is your decision to take all that, put it all. We are wired to avoid pain and to gain pleasure. You take all that stuff and you put it in a ball, and this is your ball of pain. And you put it right here where it's motivating, not so close where it like burns you and ruins you and stops you from taking action, but maybe just push it out just slightly further where it's a reminder and it's over, it's in your past. You're looking at it, you're like, thank you, I'm grateful for you, but you ain't nothing. I'm taking action right now because I have a big vision way bigger than that. And this is my vision, and we're going this way like you're going with me right now. And as we lock arms, and as you enter your name and email below, and you click the button, that's where we're headed, my friend. That's what we're here to do, and I am here to help inspire you. And that's exactly why there's stuff like this right on my... You wonder why that word's on there? You wonder why the first domain in my life that I didn't just get from GoDaddy for $10 a year was this one? Because that's had a purpose in my life for years now and a reason, and it's a part of what, the thing you saw Tony Robbins on TV, part of one of the words that came out, that mission statement I shared with you earlier, the purpose of my life is to love, to enjoy the journey, and to inspire, teach, and serve others. All of that came way back from 2010. From that event that you saw on TV, those exact words are what formed out of that week-long, $8,000 experience. And I'm so grateful for that because now we have Team Inspire, and that's what you're going to find out more about. And you're going to find out more of how we partnered with Jazz and everything about to happen. You're probably going to see a video of my friend Eric Carlson. We are just hanging out. In fact, he was way with the events way back in San Diego and all the other stuff I've been talking about. But what's awesome is back in July, a couple months ago, or a month ago, 2 months ago, we're hanging out in Vegas. We have like 130 maybe, of some of the coolest people and some of the people you're going to get to meet. And when I got to see inside all of their hearts and all of their eyes, and I saw their passion for serving others, and I saw how much they just give, they paid for the way for like 5 or 10 people just to get out to that event that couldn't afford it from a contest. They didn't just fly out one person and put them up. They flew out like 5 or 10 people and put them up in a mansion for that whole week out in Vegas. And it was literally one of the best weekends of my entire life. It wasn't even a weekend, it was like 4 or 5 days. And I connected with some people back there, including Eric Carlson. When I point like this, that's my computer monitor, because you're going to see him on the webinar below. When you enter your information, click the button. Somewhere in here, you're going to get introduced to Eric. And this guy, you guys think I have passion and energy. You're going to see exactly the same thing in Eric. And he's one of the reasons I'm here, and who I've locked arms with. He's my brother. And I love that guy to death. And guess what? Just a few years ago, he was struggling. In fact, way back at that event I was sharing with you guys, where I'm like up on stage, and I don't have any pictures around to even show you that stuff, and it doesn't even matter. But little did I know, Eric was struggling back then. And I didn't even know that. I was barely getting to know him and this community that I'm with now. But what's amazing is they never quit, and I'm damn grateful for that. Because they had that system that cranked out $2 million with a crappy campaign. And now they've aligned with an amazing campaign. And what you're going to see inside will change everything for you if you take the action. And the first set of action you take is enter your name and email, click the button. And what I can tell you is that because we've automated 90% of this thing called internet marketing, of this thing called making a full-time income and stepping even more into the life you deserve to live, because we've done 90% of that for you, if you do the other 10%, you will get the result. And the reason why I've been so quiet about this is because I've been watching people. All early this year, I was watching people that kept retiring, making all this money. Eric having his first $55,000 month. Other guys making their first over 6 figures. Jay and Julian, all these people. It's so amazing. And I was watching like, dude, awesome guys. Like, I was so grateful for them. I was so happy for them. But I was like, let's see who else is. And as I started paying even more attention, just like you've been in this video, I realized there are people from all walks of life. A guy that was a ditch digger goes out and does like, by the way, guys, income disclaimers. I can't promise you're going to do any of this. I can promise you'll do none of this if you don't get inside and come check everything out and engage with me. But what I can add, we all know where you're going to be in the coming months if you engage and plug in and do the 10%. But what's amazing is watching like this guy, this gentleman who's a ditch digger. He goes in, his first month he makes $7,000. Never done internet marketing ever. Next month makes $15,000. That right there represents all the way up till like 2.5 years ago. That would have been my biggest month of my life, which previous to that was 14 grand, way back for me. And then the next month he does 45,000. That right there, up to now, up till about 3 months ago, that had represented the second biggest month in my entire life. Because my biggest month ever was just over 80 grand with $80,000 in a month with one company. And I can't promise you doing any of this stuff. What I can share with you guys is the way I was able to do that, and all the experience that took to get that in place and all the things. That was a very small fraction of the potential of the campaign we're with and the system we're with. And you are, I don't care what your background is, you have the ability to literally create and print off the life, design the exact life you want, feed it into the machine, do the work, and what happens is at the far side, you're living the life of your dreams like we've been fortunate to live for years now. That's what I want for you. That's why I'm here. That's why I did this video. It's why I've locked in with this community, and I'm so grateful to be here. So in your name and enter your information below, click the button. That's it. I'm really out this time. Love you guys. And until next time, guys, please remember, I don't know what you've been through. I don't know where you've been. But I can tell you, you can see it in my eyes, and I got close so you can see all this. Maybe nobody in your life's ever told you, and what I know for sure, not enough people have told you this, that I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. And I believe in you. And I will see you on the inside, my friend.